Tactical Arbitrage Library Search for Beginners. That's what this video is going to be all about. And that is actually a feature in Tactical Arbitrage if you happen to have a package that includes that. But even if you don't, working class hustlers, you're going to want to pay attention to this video, especially if you are a beginner. This is going to be beneficial for you. I'll get into it. We're going to get started right now. Hey, what's going on, working class hustlers? My name is Horace, also known as La Machine, and on this channel we talk everything Amazon arbitrage. In other words, that is selling on Amazon using a business strategy called arbitrage. If you want to learn all about it, and if you want to get started and become a working class hustler just like the rest of us, that means you work a regular job but you want to make some extra money on the side, maybe even grow that into a full-time income, go ahead and hit the subscribe button right now and hit the bell notification so you can be notified every week when we upload 4 videos, two of which are to give you free leads. And that is what we're going to talk about. In the intro there, I sort of talked about the library search feature. That's a feature that you're not going to get with every package of Tactical Arbitrage, and we're going to look at that. But either way, hustlers, either way, that feature is going to be so important for you. And the main reason is because most of the time on this channel, what we try to do is give free leads to people who sell on Amazon, newbies that tend to be gated in a lot of products. And so I have been for a while now promising that I was going to get more into books. Why? Because books tend to be ungated more often. So this is going to be beneficial for you. Even if you don't have the software, understanding what it's about and how it's being used, that is going to help you understand how I'm getting these free leads for you. So let me move some things around here. Just bear with me for a second while I get ready to share my screen, because what we want to do, we want to sort of look and kind of figure out, okay, what are you getting here? All right, so now we're in, let me move some stuff around and make sure you can see me, because now what we're doing, we're looking at the Tactical Arbitrage software, and what we're looking at is the different packages that you get here. We're not even looking at the price. We'll get into that later. But what we're going to be talking about is the library search, and you notice you only get it if you get the flip pack. You don't get it if you just get the wholesale pack. You don't get it if you get online arbitrage. You don't get it online arbitrage plus wholesale. You have to have either the flip pack or the full suite, and they would include it in the flip pack because a lot of people do, when they do books, they do Amazon to Amazon flips, or they're doing Amazon FBA sellers buying it and turning right around flipping it on Amazon. That's the reason why it's included that way in the packages. I happen to have the full suite. So when you come into my let me move myself around here a little bit. So when you come in to my dashboard, that's why you see products, Amazon flips, reverse, wholesale, and then here we are with library. Now, just a disclaimer, I'm not an expert at library. I'm doing this for your benefit, and I'm willing to come out here not knowing everything. That's very important to me. Hustlers, you notice a lot of times I am always coming to you saying, hey, I don't have all the answers. That's important because I want you to know that you don't have to have all the answers. You just have to know how to think. You have to know how to problem solve. You have to know how to do at least what I know in order to get the numbers that I get. That is so important, because a lot of people can use that as an excuse, as something that will hold you back. You don't want to do that. Okay. Now, I've been out here since 2017 and I have never had all the answers, and that's okay. You've seen me grow year after year after year. Okay. I'm not one of these guys that has to know everything, has to be an expert, has to be a guru. I just have to know enough to get done what I want to get done. You don't know much, but I tell you what you do know. I will get it done, and you are going to benefit as a result. That much you know. So on that note, here's what we're going to do. We're going to come back over to my screen. Now watch what happens here. Along the left-hand margin, we're going to come over to library search. And what we're going to do, we're going to come right in. And I'm just going to sort of go over a couple of things. Now, I should say, some of the settings are similar to any other search that you're going to do. But from what I can see here, one major difference is what you'll notice is you have what looks like a reverse search over here where you have bestsellers, but then you also have where you can pick a website over here. Now watch the difference. If we come over to a regular reverse search, with a regular reverse search, you can scan bestsellers or most wished or movers and shakers. You do not pick a website. There's nowhere for you to pick a website. So that kind of had me a little bit like, okay, what the heck is going on here? How's this going to work? Am I doing a reverse search or am I doing a site search? If I do a reverse search, what websites is it going to pull from? So when you have it on scan bestsellers, and you can click on the question mark just to get a little bit more information, but when you have it on bestsellers, you're not using this along with websites. When you go bestsellers, and you can pick for example, we're in books, but of course you could go software, CDs and vinyl, movies and TV, and whatever you pick. Say you pick books, then you can go into subcategories and on down the line. But whatever it is, you have to understand, if you go scan bestsellers, it's going to Amazon, scanning bestsellers, and then it's just pulling back Amazon flips. We're gonna look at the results, but that's basically what you get. Now, if you don't go bestsellers and then pick one of these, then you're going to actually pick a website. Now, the websites that it can do is, of course, Amazon. It can do Aid Books, Alibris, Barnes and Noble, Better World Books, Books A Million, and Valor Books. So if you pick one, it's going to give you an example of the category that you're going to have to enter in. In other words, if you enter in a website, then you're going to also have to put a category in there. So they're giving you an example of the format. If you click on the format, it's going to put that example in there, and you could search using that category. Otherwise, what you're going to have to do is go out to the website and kind of figure out where you want to search, and then stick that category in here using the format. Okay, and each site has its own format, and it'll give you an example of what that format would look like. Okay, so all right, so let's just go down the line. This shouldn't take too long here. So this says also include new products. Okay, I'm into new books. Now listen, guys, I'm going to tell you, because I already know somebody will probably leave a comment, oh, you're not authorized to sell new or what. I've never had a problem with it. We're going to look at my numbers. If you have something you want to add, that's great. You know, I get it. I'm just telling you what I do. Okay, I would not do a cash only. The library search is not used a lot, which is another reason why this could easily end up being something great for the working class hustlers of America, because cash has to deal with, a whole bunch of people are using tactical arbitrage, a whole bunch of people are giving the software search results, and we could go right into the cache instead of having to crawl each and every item. Some things are already in the database. You're not going to have a lot because of this feature is underused. That's going to be good for us though. Okay, I don't know for sure, but I don't think the software really works well on any other platform but USA to Amazon.com. Okay, now these would be if you were importing lists. Here, just like in a reverse search, you could use single or up to 100 ASINs or ISBNs. Okay, you could do your keyword search, that stays the same. Now over here, we chose, if we were going to do this one, we would click this on, we would go books, and then we could go into whatever subcategory that we wanted. Now, all sorts of books sell all the time, with the exception, if I'm correct, with the exception of textbooks. Now, those, of course, are going to be seasonal. What books sell? All sorts. And when you run searches like this, you'll see results from books that you never even expected. Hustlers, I'm very, very excited to see what kind of results we're going to get. And this is going to be a two-part. So we're going to get the search going, and then in another video we're going to kind of look through them because we need time. But let's say you went biographies and memoirs. Depending on what it is, you may see when you go arts and photography, then you could go niche it down even more. But we're just going to leave it there. Now, if you were going to pick a particular website, say you were going to pick Barnes and Nobles, it's going to tell you, first of all, you click that off, but it's going to tell you, it's going to give you an example of what you would put in here. Now, if you click on that, it's going to stick it in there right away. And once it's in there, if you're not going to do it, then you take it out. So we're not going to put anything in there. We're going to tell it to scan bestsellers. Okay. So we don't need category. We don't need start page, last page. We have no save filters. I will not need to name this because I don't do library search a lot. So as soon as I see this search in my search manager, I know what this is. Okay. Now we're going to come down to store adjustments. Same thing as anything. If you have sales tax, mine would be 6%. I'm going to take that out though, because I'm doing this for the hustlers. I don't know what your sales tax situation is. I don't have any store reductions today. That means I'm wrong. We're going to remove. Now, when we get into this section, a lot of it, we're going to have to go through it. So remove if used price is higher than new. I don't really care about that. Because I'm sourcing from different sites. I think this would be more important if you would just do an Amazon to Amazon flips. Okay. Remove current ranks over 500,000. Nope, not good enough. We want 90 day. And we're going to say 1 million. Because in books, even at 1 million, you could be getting sales. It just depends. Okay. So remove if estimated sales are less than, I'm going to say 1, because I love going wide so that I can actually have something to go through. Remove if number of sellers is less than, more than. You guys know I don't care about that. Now here's something different. If books and we're looking at books, only show publication years from to. Now, from 2000 to 2020, that would be a good range. But I'm going to go a little bit deeper than that. I'm going to say, and I'm just throwing this out here, let's go from 1960 to 2020. Now, I don't know what we're going to see here. Now, we're staying in the remove section. Remove products when the new buy box price is less than and more than. I'm not going to put anything in there, I don't think. Let's see. Now remember, you can always click on the question mark to see. Let's read what they say. There is little point in selling a $7 item. Simply enter another amount you will begin to consider a reasonable selling limit. I'm not putting anything in there. I want to see everything. Okay, this one we don't need. Just like in our regular search, this would say we only want things where the buy box is 3 times more than what you're going to pay. Okay, we don't need that. Now, virtual media gets a little different here. Now, remember, the first one you're looking at is for used. If you're selling it used, when the buy box holder is not FBA, meaning the buy box holder is merchant fulfilled, okay, then you're going to need to create a virtual FBA listing. And if this is saying there really is no FBA listing, and you need to kind of create one. That way you can kind of figure out what's going on. So I'm going to put 20% in there. That's saying that it's going to create a virtual FBA product that's 20% less than the new Amazon buy box price. Okay. And I'm going to turn that on. Now this one would be in a new case. So for new, when the buy box holder is not Amazon or FBA, create a virtual product to calculate the return on investment. So there you have it. Sometimes you could have a situation where you need a virtual product in order to be able to make your calculations. That's all that's really about. Okay, I don't have a prep center. I'm going to leave that at 50 cents. Now we're going to get into only keep data if gross profit is at least, I'm going to say $1. Only keep data if return on investment is at least 20%. I'll leave that. Now over here, things get a little different. Okay. Now watch what happens here. Also show if trade-in return on investment is at least. You have to understand, when it comes to books, you can make money by selling books. You can make money by trading in books. Now think about that, guys. That's a whole nother way to make money. And what happens is you might find a book, and then you look on Amazon, and Amazon is saying, hey, if you got one, we'll take it at a trade-in. So if you got a spread, and you can make money because you bought it cheaper than what Amazon is willing to give you as a trade-in, that's a great way to make money. And instead of sending the book in and hoping that someone buys it, Amazon is saying, hey, send it in. If the condition is right, we'll buy it right now. Now, the catch is they're only going to give you a gift card. Not a problem. They're only going to give you an Amazon gift card. But you could turn right around and either use that gift card or you could sell that gift card. You know how I'm always talking about going and buying discounted gift cards? Yeah, well, the same place I tell you to buy them is where people are selling them. And you can sell it very near the actual price, or the worth of the card. So I'm going to say also show if trade-in is at least 20%. Now you could do it this way. If you click this one, only show if trade in return on investment is at least. So you could actually do specific only show trade in. You know, if you just wanted to focus on trade ins, you could do that. That is a business model. And I always want to see Amazon out of stock. I never want to show only Amazon out of stock. Some people might want that. Okay, you could save that particular filter, and that might be something you want to do when you get into all this weird stuff. So as always, at this point, we'll go ahead and hit the search, and let's see what happens. What we're looking at now is right in this area. We want to see this populate, and it could take a minute, but something should happen. You can see we have 6 active searches right now, and that would be including this one. Sometimes it takes a minute for things to get started, but now you can see it has started. It looks like it's going to be about 197,000 products to get checked. It's already on number 8. So what we're going to do now, for the benefit of the new hustlers out here, we're going to come back and just kind of show you a little bit about the software. We sort of touched on this a little bit. If you want to know what the price is going to be, if you're brand new, for you it's going to be nothing at first, because you're going to take the 7-day free, well actually you're going to take the free trial, but instead of the 7-day free trial, if you want to try this, what you're going to do is go down into the description and you're going to use my affiliate link, and that way instead of just 7 days you get 10 days. And before you do that, you're going to come over and you're going to take the lightning course. That way in 10 minutes you know how to use the software. That was created for your benefit, so that you don't spend a lot of time trying to figure out how to use the software. Guys, what the software does, it actually searches so many websites for you. And I use this software to get the kind of numbers that I get. Now, what kind of numbers are we talking about here? Tell you what, let me get it set up. That way I can show you the kind of numbers that I get, because it's very important. Okay, hustlers, so now that we're logged in, let me sort of show you my Amazon account. I do a little bit of merchant fulfill. That's why you see that I have 2 orders that need to be shipped. Now, if you look over in the bottom right hand corner, you can see that today is September the 28th. The year is 2020. And so far we've had 29 sales for $579. And if you look at the last 7 days, 3,700 roughly. The last 15 days, 6,400 roughly. And the last 30 days, $13,476.60. And you have to understand, hustlers, if you don't follow the channel, if you haven't subscribed yet, one thing you have to understand, we are working class hustlers. That means I work a regular job and then I do this. You'll really see that on Wednesdays when we do the Jump On It segment. I'm a truck driver by trade, and you'll see me in my tractor and trailer and giving you free leads and showing you this software, because it's so versatile. You can use it everywhere. But just to give you an example of the types of numbers that I do, and there are not very many videos that I make that I don't talk about the software Tactical Arbitrage, because that is the lifeblood of my business model, because inventory is the lifeblood of your business. If you have no inventory, you have no business. Okay, now we've already got 3 products added, but we don't know if those are a match or anything, so we're going to let this continue to search and we'll come back to that. But one more thing I wanted to show you. Well, basically what I wanted to say was, if you take the lightning course and then in 10 minutes you'll know how to use the software, What the software will do for you, the software will search all of these sites, okay? All of these sites. It just goes on and on and on. And it does so much of the heavy lifting for you. It does not do all of the work, but it sorts things and it makes it logical, and it keeps you from having to go to one website, for example, Lowe's, try and start looking at products out of thousands and thousands of products. You really don't want to have to do that. That is the long way. You're a working class hustler. So what you want to do, you want to take the lightning course. That way you'll know how to use the software. And that way the software will pay for itself during your free 10-day trial. When you come to Tactical Arbitrage, you can actually scroll down on their page and see all of the different features. You can see what it's all about. They have nice screenshots. They have their history chart. It's not a keeper graph, but it's just as good. You don't even need Keeper. You have Tactical Edge. They break it down for you. You've got 968 sourcing sites available. Okay, I mean, they don't charge enough money, just flat out. Okay, so if you're a newbie, go ahead and sign up and get that take that lightning course. It's literally in 10 minutes, you'll know how. And then what you can do is, if you're interested, you can connect with me. The number on your screen, you can text the words working class hustler to that number. That is an actual real phone. This one right here. And once we're connected, you can always text me. I have people that they have questions about the software. They have questions about Tactical Arbitrage. They have questions about selling on Amazon. They just want to tell me their whole life stories, and I'm here for that. That's what I'm all about. You're never bothering me. I have time. I'm a real person. Okay, so I'll see you in the next video.